What is going on, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. We got a report from SNY's Connor Hughes talking about that the Jets may be concerned with Nathaniel Hackett, and they legitimately tried to replace him as the offensive coordinator in the offseason, which they have not done. Now, it's an interesting report. They weren't trying to fire Hackett and demote him from offensive coordinator, according to Connor Hughes, and we'll get into what he had to say. The New York Jets are trying to bring in somebody to kind of really operate this offense and let Nathaniel Hackett take a backseat when it comes to play calling. Now, I find that extremely interesting, so let's dive right into what Connor Hughes had to say on SNY. I'll link the article down below in the description if you guys want to check it out yourselves. Before we get deeper into it, though, I would ask you guys kindly, simply hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to Jets Media. We got a lot of content coming your way throughout the rest of the offseason heading into OTAs, and comment down below your thoughts of the Jets potentially being concerned with Nathaniel Hackett and not replacing him. So let's get into what Connor actually had to say. Now, you see the tweet here from Jets Videos at SNY Jets. It says, and I quote, "The Jets made legitimate attempts this offseason to hire someone who would essentially replace Nathaniel Hackett. Not as a new offensive coordinator, but a title above who would run the show. The Jets had enough things they needed to address this offseason without replacing areas they're content with. That pursuit tells me internally there are legitimate concerns with Hackett's ability to successfully run things." Well, that's obvious. He did not successfully run anything last year. "It almost feels like the Jets are putting so much faith in Aaron Rodgers' ability to correct Hackett's wrongdoings. Sources spoke of many times last summer where Hackett called a play, then Rodgers changed it completely at the line. They figure he can do the same come the regular season. That's a lot to put on the plate of a player, though, even one of Rodgers' stature. This isn't the NBA. If there's one major concern heading into the Jets season, it's that, Hackett." So that's really what Connor Hughes had to say about it. I'll say this. He didn't really say anything that I didn't already know personally. I knew Aaron Rodgers changed his plays at the line of scrimmage, even when we got him and we first hired Nathaniel Hackett. That's kind of how I assumed the system was going to go. Like, when we first brought in Rodgers, I was telling everybody my favorite thing about Aaron is going to be this upcoming season, speaking last year, is his ability to get to the line of scrimmage and change the play, because it's his show. It's Aaron Rodgers' show. And obviously, we want Nathaniel Hackett to help out Aaron Rodgers, and it's not all on his shoulders. We don't want Aaron to rely on himself to call every single play, but I don't think it's that big of a deal if Aaron goes to the line of scrimmage and changes plays. Now, that's not to say I think that the Jets should have pursued another addition to the offensive coaching staff, because the one thing we learned about Nathaniel Hackett last year is he is absolutely nothing without Aaron Rodgers. Now, the big question is, who is he with Aaron Rodgers? Well, he's a two-time MVP. We saw what he did in Green Bay. We know that Aaron has a deep relationship with Hackett, which is pretty much the only reason why he's even with the Jets. And if there was a concern heading into the season, it's Hackett. But let's not forget, it's also Robert Saleh. I mean, I just got to be honest with you guys, straight up. As much as I am a Robert Saleh fan and a believer in him, he is on the hot seat heading into this season, okay? The defense he absolutely built into championship caliber. But you're the head coach, Saleh. You are the head coach of this operation, so the offense is under Robert Saleh as well, even though he's a defensive mind. This is a head coach we're talking about, as well as Nathaniel Hackett. Those are the big questions. The roster is complete, in my opinion. Joe Douglas did a phenomenal job this offseason and the last offseasons leading into this season to build a roster that is able to sustain injuries. It is deep at pretty much every single position, and it's loaded. There's no sugarcoating it. So now it's up to the coaching staff, up to Robert Saleh, up to Nathaniel Hackett. And the fact that the Jets could be concerned with Nathaniel Hackett's ability to kind of organize an offense and call a, high-end offense that can go up against really good defenses, because you know that the New York Jets will be matched up against very good defenses. Not to mention, we talk about, we want to make the playoffs. We want to make a championship run. Like, we have to have an offense that has enough coaching to scheme up plays and organize an offense and be able to attack defensive game plans that is designed to shut down what we do good. And I think Nathaniel Hackett obviously does not have any belief in the fan base, but to hear that there's not a lot of belief within the Jets organization is definitely eye-opening, okay? It's definitely eye-opening. And the fact that they tried to replace him and they didn't, it tells you all you need to know about what the New York Jets are thinking about Nathaniel Hackett. Now, can Hackett hear all these and, light a fire underneath him, and can he completely flip the script and become a really good offensive coordinator with Aaron Rodgers? I think there's a chance. And the only reason why I think that is because of Aaron Rodgers. So I'm not going to read too much into this. I feel like this is something we already knew. I feel like months ago we heard the Jets are trying to look for new offensive minds, and we knew that there were some things about Nathaniel Hackett that the Jets organization was very upset about. And the reality is we know that Hackett was coming back. We knew Hackett was coming back this year because Aaron Rodgers is coming back. And me personally, I want Aaron Rodgers to feel as comfortable as possible. He is the key to everything. And when he went down, everyone knew last year Nathaniel Hackett did not have any backup plan without Aaron Rodgers, and that's why everything was a mess. That falls on Hackett, and that falls on the entire Jets coaching staff. Hopefully they learn from that experience, and they have a backup plan, of course, this season, while at the same time, it's year 2 of another training camp with the system and Aaron Rodgers and the young guys of Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, and even the rookies from last year, Xavier Gibson and Jason Brownlee and Conklin. All the people that's coming back, it's year 2 in the system. So maybe, even though they did not have a full regular season with the system, and the reason why I say that is because the system is Aaron Rodgers, I'm hopeful that the Jets will have a decent offense this year. Because let's also say, and I'll finish off the video with this, Jets fans are not expecting this offense to become top 5, even top 10. Will it be nice? Absolutely. Is there potential for it to be a top 10 offense? On paper, I think there is. But that's not my expectations with this offense. My expectations is to be middle of the road, be average. Because if we're an average offense, folks, we are a playoff team. It's that simple. We were a 7-1 team last year with the worst offense in the NFL, with the worst quarterback play. You plug in Aaron Rodgers, including all the new offensive line, and I'm just asking for the bare minimum of below average. I know there's an opportunity for it to be better, but I'm reasoning my expectations here because I don't want there to be a narrative that Jets fans are expecting Aaron Rodgers to be an MVP and this offense to be lighting it up. The defense is our identity. The defense is how we are in every single football game and having the ability to win every single game. And if the offense can just score a league average 22 to 24 points a game, the New York Jets will be double-digit wins this season. That's what will happen. So that's my thoughts of this report from SNY, guys. Sound off in the comments. What's your overall thoughts? I honestly am not reading too much into it. I'm not going to panic or anything and thinking that the offense is going to be a mess now. The Jets don't believe in Hackett. I really have a lot of belief in Aaron Rodgers. And I think that's something that we all have to realize, that even though this article that Connor Hughes has said, or this quote, whatever you want to call it, that this isn't the NBA and you can't expect a quarterback to carry the weight on his shoulders, this is a Hall of Fame 4-time MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback who is 40 years old. And I love how when people bring up his age, they always make it a negative. Right? You talk about Aaron Rodgers being his age, and of course, him coming off Achilles. Yeah. Is it a negative from a physical standpoint? Yeah, I'd agree. But you know where Aaron Rodgers has the upper hand on literally every single quarterback in the entire NFL? Is the mind. He's got all the experience in the world. That's why having a veteran quarterback that's seen every single defense and seen all he's ever seen in his NFL career, that's the weapon that Aaron Rodgers has that everybody's not talking about. He's 40 years old. Oh, he's old. He's washed. The 40-year-old brain that he has is better than any brain of football, and I'll stand on that because he's seen it all. And that's why I have a lot of optimism, and the Jets loaded up this offensive line, and he can just be a decisive just machine out there and just playing within the structure of the offense and going after the flashy plays when they present themselves. So I have a lot of optimistic views that this offense will be at the bare minimum, like in the middle of the pack, and I think that's enough. And maybe there's a chance it's even better. So that's my thoughts, guys. Sound off your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button. Let's go, Jets. Salute to the boys and the girls tuning into Jets Media. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.